Hey, so I want to do a quick video on how I do CakePHP and VueJS with Vuetify. Now I chose VueJS because I find VueJS a lot easier to debug. It's also easier for junior developers to wrap their head around. Nowadays, with the popularity of React, if I were doing this over again, I might choose React. What I don't like about React is you still have that build process. I do not like having the build process on web applications. Maybe it's just that I'm old school. I don't know, but I like being able to make a change and immediately refresh the browser and see it without having to wait for those 2 or 3 seconds for the build process. Anyways, so Vue.js and CakePHP. What I do is I have a template or a layout for Vuetify. Right now I'm using 2.5.8. I can't wait till they come out with the next version that uses the latest Vue.js instead of the previous version. This layout is pretty basic. I mean, nothing crazy special. You can see all this. I do have these locked down to specific versions. In the past, I did not do this, and I had some minor updates actually break some pages. So I decided to lock it down to specific versions or pin it to a version. You know, Lodash, Axios, nothing special here, all the basics that you always use. And then this is where the layout's going to go. Now, yes, this is a single page application. But because apps can get very large and very bloated, and you may have parts of the app you do or don't want to load depending on you know, privileges of the user, I do have different pages that load the single page application. They're actually almost like separate single page applications. This CakePHP4 app has 2 or 3 separate single page applications built in. They all use the same layout. It works really well. I mean, you see this across the board. Google is one application, but YouTube is one single page app. You know, Gmail is another single page app. And even inside those, sometimes you find links that go to other pages. And that's essentially what I'm doing here. It keeps you from having one massively bloated app. All right, so this is the page that actually does the work, a little style block at the top. I include a JavaScript file, you know, no big deal, the app. Then I have my nav bar, which is auto-generated. You know, all this is basic stuff. It's really nothing rocket sciencey. The cool part is the way I manage components. So down here, I just put components in the templates directory. So right here, I've got components. And then when you look at them, this little bit at the top, I'm a real believer in convention over configuration, and so the file name is actually going to be the Vue.js component name, and also I automatically set the ID for the template. So what's nice about this is you just copy this, you put it here, you include the file, you're done. Because even down here at the bottom, we load the component. Where are we at? Oh, sorry, right here. Here's the JavaScript that loads the component and defines it. So just including this PHP file will create the component in Vue.js. And again, the component name is based on the file name. We even set the ID on the template. I mean, I've just found that this works beautifully, and it allows you to quickly refactor. And the component names change to always match the file name. So you can't have a component name that doesn't match the file name. And it makes finding components very quick, very easy, without all the overhead of using Node.js. So anyways, so as you can see here, I just include the components. I include them before I generate the app like you need to do. And it just, I mean, it works really great. I've got some apps that have, you know, 100 components that work good. So this is how I do it. Thanks.